What's up, OG, triple OG?
It's your man.
OG, triple,
Y'all already
triple.
know what it is.
OG.
We got some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Oh, you heard what Kanye just recently said?
What did he say?
It's funny because I was talking to somebody about this,
in the song?
about how it takes courage for somebody who is gay to admit that they are gay as the result of being sexually abused and not being born that way, right? Because a lot of people who are gay, they try to attribute it, and I have no opinion on it, but everybody try to say they was born that way, but we know a lot of people have been molested, raped, and been through some stuff. So Kanye openly admitted to being raped by a dude. He said it up until he was 14. He got a cousin that's doing life in jail, and that cousin used to give him oral sex up until Kanye was 14 years old. So if this is true...
It can happen to anybody.
You're goddamn right.
And if this is true and he's not trolling, I feel like as men, we like when brothers been through something like that and sisters, we have empathy for that. You know what I'm saying?
1,000% he's not trolling. Let me tell you something.
Those are actually song lyrics.
Song lyrics that he said, yeah, and
Hey, man, look, man. I've heard that story from a lot of men. And you don't hear me talking about that, do you?
Right.
Guys who told me they were sexually abused by fathers, uncles, cousins, even brothers.
They said he didn't say it was. Why? We ain't gonna go that far.
Well, whatever he said, I want to say, I know it's difficult for a man to talk about being taken advantage of sexually by another man. It's also hard for a lot of men to admit their desires for men. Because everybody ain't got
right.
Everybody, that ain't happened to everybody. But it's very difficult for some men to admit, I have a desire for men, brother. But look, it's time for us to stop being afraid and have conversations about it. Now, I'm probably the last person you want to open up to.
No, you done fucked up, don't you?
But I'm here to tell you, if you are giving me a part of your soul, as a responsible man, I can't take advantage of that. You run with that how you will. If a man is giving me a part of his soul, is trusting me with a part of his struggle, I can't take advantage of that. Craig, if I see you and your family get put out because y'all ain't pay y'all rent, at my age, if I brag or laugh on that, I am mentally fucked.
Right.
I am a bad person.
I'm insane.
So it's the same thing if a brother comes to me and tells me, yo, Corey, let me tell you something. I like men. And I've struggled with admitting this, but I want to get it off my chest. I can't clown him.
Nope.
No.
I would be immoral.
But the thing about that is you got to have the courage to tell the truth. So if you operate in secrecy and you hiding something, people could pick up on that energy. So that can easily be misconstrued as being deceptive in a way where you may be plotting on me or you may have ill intentions. So when people speak about those things that other people may hide in secrecy, it's not an indictment on you per se and why you're that way, but it is being a man, regardless if you're gay or straight, you have a responsibility to poke your chest out and stand on your own too, whether you're getting smashed by a nigga or not.
The truth is the ultimate trump card. You can lay it down in front of everybody who is of morality. The truth, that is the number, bam! A person of morality can't run with that, take advantage of that, try to humiliate you over your truth. But if you hide it, that's when you will get clowned. That's why I asked these men, have you ever been penetrated or penetrated a man in any way? None of them answer it. And they try to dismiss it as me being ignorant. You're not fooling me.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You might fool the average mind, but it's a reason you don't answer that. You answer everything else. Why you didn't answer that? Huh? I know why you didn't answer. because it's hard to tell that truth because you want to be looked at a certain way in society. You can be looked at as an honest man. That is the trump card can't nobody outdo. I'm honest. Or like they perpetrate, they say, I'm real.
I'm keeping it real, like them niggas say keep it real, that's real.
When you real, man, can't nobody run with it. Let's say some real masculine dude we know admits that he has a crush on men. What is somebody gonna say after a while? I mean, like, okay, this is how it go. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. This would be the truth. If I know that you have an attraction for men, I can't relax around you like I would if I didn't know that. And let me tell you why. Because I know if you got an attraction for men, most of the time you will give in to your desires and to hell with what's right and what's wrong. Somebody might say, well, what's right and what's wrong? Hey, let me tell you something. If you have a penis and it go inside another man's anus, there's issues with that within a community trying to better themselves. Now, look, I ain't putting nobody on the spot, but this is what I have to say about it. That don't mean I hate you, my brother. That don't mean I hate you. It just means if we go swimming, when you get tired of swimming and get out the pool, I'm gonna have them drain the pool and run some more water for me to get in there. That means I ain't swimming that day, unless it's a little bitty pool. I'm a comedian also. I gotta try to bring the light to the darkness. That's deep what I just said.
Hell yeah.
That's deep what I just said. I am not going to abandon my brother because of some sick fetish they have. The only way I abandon my brother is if you're a straight up fake, phony mother. I can't with you. Or if you prey on the weak. You Debo or something.
Told y'all. You don't want some? Beat him down, beat you down. Who else wants some? Who else wants some of Debo?
I can't respect you if you prey on the weak.
What you do when you wrong, though?
Say that, what you mean?
When you wrong, like if you saying somebody that way and they not, or when you wrong, like, because, you know.
So in other words, he's gonna believe what he wants to
If
believe.
you wrong about somebody's what, sexuality or something?
Sexuality,
if you
yeah.
wrong about anything in this world, you have to have the courage to stand up and say, I was wrong and I won't do that again to you, brother.
Right.
My nigga.
That's simple. If you wrong, but how many people say they wrong? They be like, no, but if you wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have did that.
Right.
See, I don't like that. I don't respect that. When guys say that, girls say that about anything. If you wouldn't have did this, I wouldn't have did that. You did it. That's who you are. You did it. That's who you are. There's no I did this because you did that. Not in my vocabulary. I peep it. When people be like, man, you was doing this, that made me do that. Because I caught myself saying that one day. Then I stopped. I was like, wait a minute, I ain't got no business doing that, regardless of what this person did.
Indeed, yeah.
All right, it's unfortunate that this happened to Kanye West. This type of thing happened to a lot of men. And just like Corey said, you know, and Craig said that nobody's born like this. A lot of them like to say that, well, I was born like this. And no, you was born a boy. You was born a man.
Shut up! What the hell are you talking about? I am a boy! You are not in prison anymore, David!
But in these cases here, you do hear a lot of men who's gay say that somebody messed with them. And I have empathy for the ones who got compromised like that. Y'all know I go in on them, you know what I'm saying? And it's just me shining the light on the BS. But y'all know I go in on that type of activity. And it's because those people like to push that agenda, you know what I'm saying, on men who straight, who don't deal with that. You gotta watch who you got your kids around. You gotta watch what your kids doing. That's why it's important to have a 2-parent household, because you always need eyes on kids. Ain't no telling what they doing. Just as babies, you know, you might be in another room and your baby, they real quiet. And you like, wait a minute, something ain't right. That baby too quiet. That baby ain't usually quiet. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, that baby in there messing some stuff up or doing something they ain't got no business doing. But we gotta watch our kids. You might be having get-togethers. You might be having some type of pajama party or stuff. These kids be off into all types of things. And then you hear what Kanye said, that he was looking at X-rated books, and they not just regular X-rated books, they gay porn or whatever you want to call it. They looking at these books, getting them from their mother or whatever. Their mother got them up in the closet and stuff like that. You got to watch this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch what you have around kids. You can't just be having stuff like that, because they gonna get curious and want to try to figure out or either imitate what they seeing. I seen a lot of memes of people talking about Kanye. It's out cold to me. You know, it ain't right. You know, this man, he coming out. It takes a lot for a man to come out and say something like this. He had to be hiding this for some years. He was holding on to this for a long time. Ain't no telling what's been going through his mind, you know, this whole time. But the thing is that, you know, he got to get it out there, because at the end of the day, me, myself, if a man in that type of activity and then, you know, he turn away from it, he know that it's wrong, he look and see this is not morally right. Let me stop. That's what we call repentance. You stop doing the wrongful thing that you're doing and you don't do it no more. You don't go back to it. That's what you call repentance. But you got men out here that will say, this is how I was born, and, you know, God made me this way and all that. And I'm like, bullshit.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
No, I'm not finna fix my brain to believe some shit like that. No, you got a problem up here, and you need some help.
God, if you listen, help!
I don't clown dudes, you know, who's been touched or they've been compromised. I don't clown dudes like that. But you really see dudes be like, you know, well, I was touched, you know, and I got a problem, this and that. No, it's always, I was born like this, or always justifying why they doing this type of behavior. But we got to shine a light on this stuff, you know, especially the ones that saying that they was born like this. No, that's bullshit. You wasn't born like this. If you saying that, then you saying God made a mistake. And who are you to say that? Man, this whole thing is messed up. You know, we got a whole lot of cases like this where, you know, a young man, he's been compromised, and it really need to be dealt with. We really need to have some discussions about things like this. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole thing with Kanye West. We can forgive people that's in this type of lifestyle if they just stop doing what they doing, because we all know it's wrong. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. It's your man, y'all already know what it is. So the next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.